What's up, guys? I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing to get my vocals to sit perfectly into a 2-track stem beat. Most of the time when you buy a beat from a producer locally or you're getting one off YouTube, if you're not buying the exclusive, most of the time you're gonna get a 2-track stem, which is basically just a regular WAV file MP3 of the beat itself. So this is how I'm getting in sessions or even just a 2-track mixing session to get that vocal to blend perfectly and, you know, not have the beat overpowering everything. So I always start off with this S1 imager. I'm just using the preset 3D width right here. I'm not doing too much, just letting that sound come out through the bandwidths right here. I'm just want that beat to spread through those monitors, so you know the vocals have space to sit in the beat. You know, sometimes when everything's just clashing together, it could seem like a lot of things are getting in the way, kind of drowning out the vocals. So I feel like this is the best thing that I start out with. That's kind of spreading that audio out so that vocal sits perfectly up the middle. Next thing I'm using is trim. You know, most of the time I'm deducting because 2-track stems and beats usually are pretty loud, so most of the time I'm bringing a couple dB down, but in this case it was a super quiet beat, so I actually added 3.6 dB, and that's allowing everything to hit after the bass starts to hit around -6, and that gives me more room later on, and you know, when I start to master and stuff, to kind of bring the volume up more and let everything sit perfectly. So as you see right here, everything's hitting around -6. That's kind of where I personally want everything to be sitting. And then I come into here, I use a 7-band EQ, just a stock plugin on Pro Tools. And I'm coming in here right around 200 Hertz. And I'm just going in there where that bass is kind of hitting, getting a little muddy up there. And I'm just bringing it down just a little bit so that bass isn't completely overriding the vocal in the low end. You know, you don't have to even bring it down that much, just a little bit so that vocal is sitting a little bit higher than the beat. I do the same thing over here in 6000 Hertz. And same thing, kind of where those snares and those hi-hats are hitting, I kind of just want to bring it down a little bit so everything's not punching through those vocals. So that's basically what I'm doing when it comes to starting out a mixing session with the 2-track stems. You know, just to get that vocal to sit in there, you want everything to kind of sit perfectly. You don't want everything clashing together.
2s or 3s, they go through breeze. Might catch a flight out to your city. I'm tryna fuck with Gorilla. Course I hang with the Grizz. He won't smoke bitter chimney. Make a nigga disappear just like magician. Houdini, I don't know who did it. Ayy, drippin' Periante. She let my vine sway. Shawty swinging my way. Shawty got us. She got a coach body. I'm tryna feel her body. She tryna feel on my pride. Can we slow it down? Can we slow it down, baby? Can we slow it down?